हाइड्रोजन में स्किल डेवलपमेंट के लिए सेंटर फॉर एक्सीलेंस दिया है। सेंटर फॉर एक्सीलेंस इन क्रिटिकल मिनरल मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ माइंस के द्वारा IMMT सबसे बड़ा और सबसे समृद्ध क्रिटिकल मिनरल का क्षेत्र है। इलेक्ट्रॉनिक रिसाइकलिंग ओडिशा में प्रथम बार 125 kg पर आवर का रिसाइकलिंग प्लांट, परमानेंट मैग्नेट के लिए मोल्टेन साल्ट इलेक्ट्रोलिसिस पायलट प्लांट, क्रिटिकल मिनरल ओडिशा माइनिंग कॉरपोरेशन के सहयोग से पायलट प्लांट 5 टन पर डे और फ्लोराइज बेड वर्टिकल शेफ्ट। आप जो भी सोचे 200 चैनल सॉल्वेंट एक्सट्रैक्शन प्लांट, जिससे आप लोएस्ट रिसोर्स ऑफ RE को भी एक्सट्रैक्ट करते हैं, ऐसी हमारी परिकल्पना है। आपके सहयोग, आपके नेतृत्व और आपके मार्गदर्शन में और उड़ीसा सरकार के सहयोग से हम विकसित भारत में स्टार्टअप हो, इंडस्ट्री हो, वेस्ट रिसोर्स यूटिलाइजेशन हो, हर जगह में आपका स्वागत करने के लिए, सहयोग करने के लिए तैयार हैं। एक बार पुनः आप सभी का हार्दिक वंदन, अभिनंदन। जय हिंद, जय ओडिशा, वंदे उत्कल जननी।
Thank you so much, sir, for your visionary leadership in the scientific research. Now, ladies and gentlemen, as we all know that the strength of any conclave lies in the academic excellence. Now we are honored to have the leadership of Odisha's premier universities with us today. We have with us our Vice Chancellor of BPUT, Professor Amir Kumar Rath Mohoday. ମୁଁ ଚାହିଁବି ସର୍ ତାଙ୍କ ଇନସାଇଟ୍, ଏକାଡେମିକ୍ ଇନସାଇଟ୍ ଆଜିର ଏହି ପ୍ରୋଗ୍ରାମ ରିଲେଟେଡ୍ ସେୟାର କରିବେ। ତାଙ୍କ ପାଇଁ ଗୋଟେ ଜୋରଦାର କରତାଳି ହେଇଯିବ ଏବଂ ସ୍ୱାଗତ କରନ୍ତୁ।
Chief guest of Purvodaya Mind Conclave 2026, Sri Sampath Chandra Swai, Honorable Minister, Skill Development, Technical Education and Industries, Director, CSIR IMMT, Dr. Ramanuj Narayan, Sri Sarada Prasad Satpathy, Convener, Swavalambi Bharat Abhiyan, Professor Sanjay Kumar Patra, Vice Chancellor, Dharanidhara Universities, Professor Ashok Kumar Ganguly, Director, ISER Berhampur, Professor Hirendra Nath Ghosh, Director, ISER Bhubaneswar, Convener, Purvodaya Odisha, and other guests present here, scientists of CSIR IMMT, audience, my dear friends. Let me talk about how Odisha is important for minerals. Before telling that, let me talk about the importance of startup innovations and incubations, and where university plays an important role. You know, if you look at the statistics, I'll focus on the statistics and importance of startup to develop our nation. Talk about Viksit Bharat 2047 or Viksit Odisha 2036. The numbers are the key initiatives in 2014, after 2014, of course, Startup India, Skill India Mission and Study in India. The startup number was 350 in 2000, before 2014, but now the startup number is 2,12,283, more than 2 lakh number. Of course, the statistics is taken from DPIIT. If you look at the other statistics, like unregistered, it's more than 6 lakhs. Why this growth after 2014? Because the tax benefit and easier compliance of Government of India, funds for startups, Digital India and UPI system, increased VC and angel funding, improved ease of doing business. There are a lot of workshops has been conducted in ease of doing business by Niti Aayog, by UGC, by other agencies. The remarkable growth of startup across India reflects the Honorable Prime Minister's vision of empowering entrepreneurship and building an innovation-driven economy. India's startup movement has become a powerful engine of economic growth and youth empowerment. Again the number, If you talk about the total unicorns, it was number 4 or 5, but today the number is more than 125. The employment generation over 15 lakhs jobs, direct and indirect from startup itself. 1.6% of GDP contributed by 2030 with a projected $120 billion flow into the economy. By 2047, the startups are expected to contribute approximately 5% of GDP. These are the status or numbers I said. This is very, very important for, startups in the country. But this startup is basically focused on minerals and materials. I was astonished to see the kind of startups people have done it. Let me give you some statistics. Odisha contributed 43.7% of total value of India's major mineral production. During 24-25, Odisha produced nearly 169.03 million tons of iron ore. The state also produced 17.934 million tons of bauxites in 2024-25. In Odisha, it produced nearly 3.19 million tons of chromite in 2024-25, strengthening India's leadership in stainless steel, advanced alloys, defense, and high-end manufacturing. These are not merely production figures. They represent opportunity, they represent responsibility of all of us to contribute meaningfully for the development of the state Odisha. The question is not only what we mine, but what we create from it. I could see that there are some startups which has been created and which has been developed as a product. A piece of iron ore can become specialty steel. Aluminum can support clean energy and aerospace. Rare earth minerals can power the technologies of tomorrow. These are not just research topics. They are opportunities for startups, young entrepreneurs, and new industries. So we need to convert research papers into patents into products and startups. We must encourage our students and researchers to think beyond the laboratory. Their ideas should become technologies, their technologies should become startups, and those startups should create jobs and contribute to the growth of Odisha. This is the spirit of Viksit Odisha 2036, creating values, generating opportunities, and building a knowledge-driven economy. The real value of our mineral wealth will not be measured only by what we extract from the earth. It will be measured by the knowledge we create, the technologies we develop, the industries we build, and the lives we transform. The National Education Policy 2020 also emphasizes multidisciplinary education. Because of that, I am here today. The director has invited me because it's multidisciplinary and it's not only one branches of engineering or science, it's all multidisciplinary, creating opportunities for universities to contribute directly to the development of our country. Friends, let me begin with a simple thought. The smartphone that almost every one of us is carrying today contains more than 60 different minerals and elements, from the processor and battery to the display and camera. Every component depends on the Earth's mineral resources. This reminds us that minerals are not just hidden beneath of the ground. They are empowering the technologies that shape our daily lives. That's why the future of mineral sector is not only about extraction, it's about research, about innovation, about value addition and sustainable use. I believe the future of the mining and mineral sector will be driven by strong partnerships between academia, industry, research laboratories, and government. When knowledge meets industry, innovation becomes a reality. That is the path towards Atmanirbhar Bharat and Viksit Bharat 2047. From AI-enabled mineral exploration to smart mine safety, from drone-based surveying to real-time environmental monitoring, the possibilities are expanding rapidly. These challenges cannot be solved by industry alone. They require scientists, universities, startups, research institutions, and policymakers to work together. As universities, our responsibility is very clear. We must nurture innovators, encourage interdisciplinary research, support startups, and prepare graduates who can solve real industrial problems. Research should not remain confined to laboratories. It must reach industries, communities, and societies. Because of that, we conduct hackathon in last 3 years. Lot of startups, lot of innovations has come from even our hackathon, BPUT hackathon. The future of mineral resources will not be shaped by extraction alone. It will be shaped by innovation, research, and responsible use of technology. Universities have an important role in this journey. They prepare skilled professionals, promote research, and encourage innovation. Research institutions create new knowledge. Industry transforms that knowledge into practical solutions. When academia, research, industry, and government work together, innovation becomes a powerful force of national development. Odisha has the minerals, our universities have the talent, our researchers have the knowledge, our startups have the idea. If our investors have the confidence, then together Odisha will not only lead in mineral production, but also in mineral innovation and entrepreneurship. Very few regions in the world have the advantages that Odisha enjoys. Odisha has the resources to lead. The next step is to transform these resources into innovations, industries, and global opportunities. This is the pathway towards Viksit Odisha 2036. As our ancient Sanskrit wisdom reminds us, Janani Janma Bhumischa Sargadapi Gharyasi. Mother and motherland are greater than heaven. With this spirit and with pride in our Odia Asmita, let us work together for a progressive Odisha and a developed India. Thank you very much.
অনেক অনেক ধন্যবাদ স্যার। Science and research form the backbone of the innovation. Ladies and gentlemen, ISER stands as a premier institute nurturing scientific temper in younger minds. Now, I would like to invite Professor Ashok Kumar Ganguly, the Director, ISER Berhampur, for his special address. Can I request our beautiful audience to please put your hands together and let's welcome sir. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, Honorable Minister Sampath Chandra Swainji, Minister for Skill Development, Technical Education and Industries, Guest of Honor Shri Sarada Prasad Satpathy, Convener Swabhalambi Bharat Abhiyan, Professor Hirendranath Ghosh, Director ISER Bhubaneswar, Professor Sanjay Kumar Patro, Vice Chancellor Dharanidhar University, Professor Amiya Kumar Rath, Vice Chancellor BPUT, Dr. Ramanuj Narayan, CSIR IMMT, Convener Purvodaya Mind Enclave, and others on the dais, scientists of IMMT and other institutions, and dear students and startup incubatees and startup fellows. It's a great pleasure to be among you on this very auspicious day where you are celebrating Purvodaya Mind Enclave 2026. Dr. Ramanuj Narayan is a great organizer and he carries out several of these wonderful programs which engage scientists and startup people and researchers, academicians, and industrial people to bring about changes in society which will contribute towards the growth of India towards 2047, Viksit Bharat 2047. Since I am from ISER, I would like to introduce a little bit. You know, we have 7 ISERs in this country, like 23 IITs, and they are supposed to do state-of-the-art research, advancing science and technology. Okay. ISER Berhampur is the youngest ISER, it's just completing 10 years. It's at a unique location at the border of Odisha and Andhra Pradesh, and it is on the coast. It is one of the largest institutions south of Bhubaneswar. And it's on the highway, and it's also on the corridor between ISRO and DRDO laboratories across the coast from Balasore to Visakhapatnam, where the Navy has its headquarters, and further down to the launch pads of Sriharikota, etc. So it's a very important corridor, and Berhampur is situated right at the middle and very close to IREL, which somebody mentioned near in Gopalpur, which is the Indian Rare Earth Limited. Because of this unique location of ISER Berhampur and situated in Odisha, surrounded by Andhra Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, and Jharkhand, which is the mineral belt, you know, nearly 40% of the minerals of our country come from Odisha. And several minerals, for example, the chromite ores in the Jajpur district, 97% of India's chromite ores come from that place. ISER Berhampur has also, apart from interest in minerals which come from the earth, interest in interaction of sea, salinity, soil, the beach resources, and of course the earth. So we have scientists working in these kind of areas. We have a strong department of earth and environmental sciences, which have expertise in magmatic areas, minerals like nickel, chromium, titanium, and the platinum group elements. Our scientists and students work in several parts of Odisha, Chhattisgarh. They take teams and for exploration, understanding the composition, especially, as I said, in the Sukinda Valley in Jajpur district, but they go into various other areas of Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand also. They also work on rare earth elements on the beach, sand, and alkaline host rocks. And also we study weathering of rocks and how to sequester carbon dioxide in the rocks, etc. We have very advanced characterization of minerals techniques. All of you may know, and you are all welcome to use those advanced techniques. They are all in the website, and we are part of iSTEM portal, which is Government of India's portal managed by Indian Institute of Science in Bangalore. So you can see what are the advanced characterization of the minerals. We have very powerful EPMA, XPS, and other ICP mass, OES, all the various techniques which use for mineral. We can do multiple samples at a time. We also have a lot of interest of our scientists in hydrogeochemical properties. They also work using AI, ML, etc., analyzing the data of the groundwater salinity trace elements for predictive purposes. They also use remote sensing in their research. So looking at that, the Ministry of Education, Government of India, has named ISER Berhampur as the Center of Excellence in Critical Minerals. So 7 ISERs have 7 centers of excellence. We have different areas like semiconductors, quantum materials, AI, and biotechnology. So different ISERs have different centers of excellence. The ISER Berhampur has been given the Center of Excellence in Critical Minerals by the Ministry of Education. So I will not take much time. I will say you are all welcome. Startup people or researchers from any institute or university, and you come and see our facilities in physics, chemistry, material science, earth and environmental sciences, and you are welcome to collaborate and use these facilities. And I would appreciate MOUs or joint programs with anybody. We have certain MOUs but we can have further new MOUs with you. With these words, I thank the organizers for having invited me here, and it's very important, it's very close to my heart. I worked with metals, I worked with alloys all my life, and as you know, there are 118 elements in the periodic table today. And many of the elements you cannot see easily. But we have worked with certain metals which are not easily available in certain laboratories. The world's best laboratories where first uranium was purified, uranium-235, which was used in the 2 bombs in the Hiroshima and Nagasaki, etc. All those laboratories, we have some work done earlier. We have worked with very rare metals at some times. So you are all welcome to interact and work with MOU. I hope all of you know the story of uranium-235 and 238 and how it was first shown in University of Chicago, how that can create the fission reaction, etc. With these words, I welcome you all to visit ISER Berhampur and interact with our scientists, etc. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much, sir. Now for the address, I would like to welcome Professor Sanjay Kumar Patra, the Vice Chancellor from Dharanidhar University, to kindly deliver his address. Rizuda Talir Saito Thanku Swagat Kariba.
मंचासीन आजिर मुख्य अतिथि मान्यवर मंत्री श्री संपत चंद्र स्वाई महोदय, यही अनुष्ठान निर्देशक डॉक्टर रामानुजन नारायण महोदय तथा सम्मानित अतिथि भाव जोग देथिबा श्री शारदा प्रसाद शतपथी, कन्वेनर स्वावलंबी भारत अभियान, कुलपति बीपीयूटी श्री अमीय कुमार रथ महोदय, प्रोफेसर अशोक कुमार गांगुली निर्देशक आईजेआर बरहमपुर महोदय, प्रोफेसर हिरण्यनाथ घोष निर्देशक नाइजर भुवनेश्वर तथा यही जो कार्यक्रम ऑर्गेनाइजेशन चेयरमैन डॉक्टर एसपी दास महोदय एवं कन्वेनर पूर्वोदय ओडिशा महोदय तथा मंच बाहर बसिथिबा यही अनुष्ठान समस्त चुनित डिस्टिंग्विश्ड साइंटिस्ट, डिस्टिंग्विश्ड गेस्ट्स, मीडिया फ्रेंड्स, incubators, startups and the aspirants to the startups, समस्त को मोर हृदय नमस्कार। वर्तमान आज ही जो इनागुरेशन सेशन रे आमे जोग दैछे कहया गले यह एक फॉर्मल इनागुरेशन, किंतु पूर्वरु आमे मंत्री महोदय सहित जो डिफरेंट स्टार्टअप एग्जिबिशन देखिले से डिफरेंट स्टार्टअप एग्जिबिशन माध्यम रे ही गोटे प्रकार आमर इनागुरेशन प्रारंभ हो सारी, कि से आमको निश्चित भाव में आम समस्त हृदयंगम करें जे जो उद्देश्य नहीं आज ही कनक्लेव को करा जाइछि, आयोजन करा जाइछि, से आम निश्चय किसी आम से तार सफलता पाइपारे। कहीं यही जो स्टार्टअप रु जना पड़ुछि आमे क्यों दिगरे काम करुछे आउ क्यों दिगरे सरकारंकर प्रोत्साहन रही आ केउं दिगरे आमर पॉलिसी गुड़ाक आमको सहायकारी होउछि। निश्चय आमे जेतेबेले काम करिबा आम पाखरे चुनौती आसीबो, चैलेंज आसीबो, अपॉर्चुनिटी आसीबो। हेले वर्तमान कथा होउछि एही जो स्टार्टअप को सक्सेस मोड नबाकू हेले काहार योगदान एथिरे दरकार। निश्चय तार उत्तर अछि जदि आमे मंचासीन अतिथि मानक देखुचे एथिरे आमर सीएसआर लैबोरेटरी हेड अछंती, नेशनल लेवल इंस्टीट्यूट आइजर नाइजर हेड अच्छी, स्टेट लेवल टेक्निकल यूनिवर्सिटी हेड कुलपति अच्छी, ता सहित धरणीधर यूनिवर्सिटी जी भी गोटे जहाँकि टेक्निकल यूनिवर्सिटी ना साधारण यूनिवर्सिटी तार कुलपति हिसाब से आम अच्छू। ता अर्थ यह इंडिकेट करुच्ची आमर जो नुआ जातीय शिक्षानीति 2020 रही से ही नुआ जातीय शिक्षानीतिर जो परिकल्पना मल्टी डिसिप्लिनरी इंटरडिसिप्लिनरी ताहार संभावना कहीं आमे जितेबाला आमर इंडियन एजुकेशन सिस्टम को जितेबाला देखुचु ऑल आवर इंस्टीट्यूशंस आर ऑन सेग्रीगेटेड मैनर किंतु नेशनल एजुकेशन पॉलिसी 2020 रो परिकल्पना होची गोटे अनुष्ठान रो भितरे समस्त संभावना थिबा दरकार सेही अनुष्ठान रे आर्ट्स दरकार सेही अनुष्ठान रे साइंस दरकार सेही अनुष्ठान रे इंजीनियरिंग दरकार टेक्नोलॉजी दरकार एप्लिकेशन दरकार ता हेले आमे जो संभावना स्टार्टअप इनक्यूबेटी देखुचे ताकू आमे सफलतार सहित आहुरी त्वरित भाव में आमे कार्यकारी करि परिबा सेथिपई यह तो अति कम समय भितर यही प्रकार विश्वविद्यालय परिकल्पना हो पारनी से आमर जो अनुष्ठान गुड़ाक रही सेमानक भितरे जो प्रॉपर मेमोरेंडम ऑफ अंडरस्टैंडिंग जो डेवलप हेबा दरकार सही प्रकार मेमोरेंडम ऑफ अंडरस्टैंडिंग डेवलप करी क्लस्टर कोऑर्डिनेशन करी प्रोग्राम जो करिकुलम डेवलपमेंट इमिति हेबा दरकार जहाँ फल गोटे छात्र जदि पर्टिकुलर अनुष्ठान रे जोग देउछि एमिति किसी संभावना दरकार सी डिग्री से ही अनुष्ठान रे पाइले मध्य अन्य समस्त अनुष्ठान सहित तार केपरि संजोग हो पारिबो कहीं ना आमे जेतेबेले कार्यक्रम करूचे गोटे अनुष्ठान पाखरे समस्त प्रकार संबल न थाए सेथिपई जेतेबेले समस्तंकर सहयोग रहिबो ताहले सेही स्टार्टअप रो जो परिकल्पनार सफलता आसी दे पारे कहीं जो माने काम भी करूछंती से माने भी जो चैलेंज गुडा फेस करूछंती सेटा आमे सेथिरु आमे एहा ऑब्जर्व करि पारुछे जथा जेतेबेले आमे देखुचे क्यों मानक नहीं आम स्टार्टअप करें क्यों मानक नहीं आम इनक्यूबेशन संभावना रोचे निश्चित मंचासीन अतिथि समस्ते मो मत सहमत हेबे यह कौन सी अनुष्ठान निर्देशकों ठारू कि अनुष्ठान जो रेगुलर फैकल्टी प्रोफेसर ठारू स्टार्टअप आसेनी स्टार्टअप आसे केवल यंग माइंड ठू कहीं जो जेते बड़े जड़े गोटे चाकरी भितर पशि जाए गोटे एम्प्लॉयमेंट भितर पशि जाए सेतेबेले सी कैरियर कंसर्न हो जाए किंतु जो जेतेबेले सी पढ़िवा स्टेज रे थाए से पढ़िवा स्टेज तार स्टार्टअप संभावना ताकू ठीक से बाहर करवा एवं ताकू ठीक से सहयोग करवा एटा समस्त आमर लक्ष्य होगा उचित से ही दिगरे आम काम करवा दरकार जहाँकि आमर जातीय शिक्षा नीति आमको कही जमीती आमर गोटे लर्नर आउ टीचर कन्वेंशनल सिस्टम रे गोटे रिजिड बाउंडेरी रही जहाँकि से रिजिड बाउंडेरी जो पर्यंत न रहिबो टीचर इज ए लर्नर स्टूडेंट इज ए लर्नर से ही लर्नर जो फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी जति न रहिबा ताहले पिला मानकु से क्लासरूम एक्टिविटी भितर ही आम रखा ताहले आमर यही जिनसटा जो संभावना को लेकिन आम काम करें संभावनाटा कम रही पारे बर्तमान आसिला मु जो विश्वविद्यालय को रिप्रेजेंट करुछि सी विश्वविद्यालय लोकेशन अच्छी धरणीधर यूनिवर्सिटी लोकेशन अच्छी केन्दुझर नेरेशन जितेबाला समस्त को जो कथार कहुए धरणीधर यूनिवर्सिटी इज इन केन्दुझर बट बर्तमान देखा से नेरेटिवटा को एमती बुझा धरणीधर यूनिवर्सिटी वर्किंग एज ऑफ द केन्दुझर डिस्ट्रिक्ट जिते प्रथम लाइन मुझे देखुची से लगुच धरणीधर यूनिवर्सिटीटा हूँ केन्दुझर जिलार गोटे जोटा कि गोटे माइनर आम कहूँ मिनेराल कैपिटल ऑफ द स्टेट एवं मिनेराल डिस्ट्रिक्ट से धरणीधर यूनिवर्सिटी आप गेस्ट पर रोचे कि धरणीधर यूनिवर्सिटी जो केन्दुझर जिलार एवं माइनर जो मिनेराल डिस्ट्रिक्ट ताहले सेटा गोटे होस्ट फीलिंग आसे जहाँ फल कि आमर जो क्यूरिकुलम फ्रेम होची से कन्वेंशनल क्यूरिकुलम फ्रेम रे जो यूनिवर्सिटी को जो इंडिपेंडेंस दिया जाइए यूनिवर्सिटी से ही इंडिपेंडेंस को यूज करी लोकल लेवल रिक्वायरमेंट को नहीं केमिति अंडर ग्रेजुएट प्रोग्राम हो पोस्ट ग्रेजुएट प्रोग्राम हो रिसर्च एक्टिविटी हो स्टार्टअप एक्टिविटी हो केमिति प्रमोट करिवो सेही दिगरे भी यूनिवर्सिटी कार्यरत हेबा उद्देश्य जो कि आम से कार्य करने को आरंभ करूँ प्रयास करूँ जमीती आम जो कहले मल्टीडिसिप्लिनरी एजुकेशन आमको एमती गोटे प्लाटफर्म पिला मानक देवाक पड़ो जो प्लाटफर्म रे आमर जनरल रे जो सब्जेक्ट गुड़ा रही टेक्नोलोजी जो सब्जेक्ट गुड़ा रही एप्लिकेशन सब्जेक्ट गुड़ा रही से पर लेबोरेटरी संभावना देवा पड़ो जहाँफल से छात्र जो से जगह पहुँचुची गोटे लेबोरेटरी रे इंटीग्रेटेड लेबोरेटरी स्कीम रे सी जमी तार समस्त प्रकार संभावना संपादन करने को चेष्टा कर आम गोटे एमती गोटे लेबोरेटरी रखा जोटि कि जो केमिस्ट्री स्टूडेंट ही इज एंटरिंग टू द लैब ही विल बी थरो अंडरस्टैंड अबाउट द कैरेक्टराइजेशन प्रोसेस जब से ही लेबोरेटरी में एमती गोटे संभावना रखा जो जियोलॉजी स्टूडेंट जो कम करुच्ची से आमर जो मिनेराल मैपिंग से कम करवा सुविधा आम देपर से जो मेटेरियल साइंस जो स्टूडेंट एगेन सेम लेवल जीव ये जो कैरेक्टराइजेशन को लेकिन जो एक्सट्रैक्शन प्रोसेस हो मेटेरियल को अपग्रेडेशन करने जहाँ जहाँ आ गए न्यू भैल्यू एडेड मेटेरियल डेवलप करने जो संभावना रही से तार रिसर्च करने न्यू प्रोडक्ट डेवलप से रिसर्च मतलब सही जगह से हो पार्टी ता सहित जो आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस से आड करुचे आम स्मार्ट माइनिंग हो स्मार्ट मिनरल्स हो से जिन करुचे मैनेजमेंट एंड कमर्स जो से आड करुचे से बिजनेस अपॉर्चुनिटी को एक्सप्लोर करती एनवायरमेंटल साइंस को से इम्प्रेस करचे आम सस्टेनेबिलिटी एनवायरमेंटल जिन देखुचे इकोनॉमिक्स देखला इकोनॉमिक्स आमको सर्कुलर इकोनॉमी की एवं इकोनॉमिक वायबिलिटी से विषय आमको संभावना रखुची तेणु एजुकेशन हिसाब रे एजुकेशनल हिसाब रे यही प्रकार एस्पिरेशन नहीं यही धरेन्द्र यूनिवर्सिटी जे न्यू यूनिवर्सिटी एवं यही प्रकार एस्पिरेशन आम से काम करने को प्रयासरत रहीछु पुणी आज कार्यक्रम रे मत विषय किसी रखापी कहवाई सुजोग देथिबारु यही अनुष्ठान समस्त कर्मकर्ता मो अंतर अनेक अनेक धन्यवाद कृतज्ञता ज्ञापन करुछि। भारत माता की जय। वंदे मातरम।
Thank you very much, sir. Now I would like to invite for the special keynote address Professor Hirendranath Ghosh sir from the ISER, the director ISER Bhubaneswar. He is a very renowned scientist and his vision for research and startups would definitely help all the students and participants here. Zoda Tari tamko swagat kariba.
Good afternoon. Today's chief guest Sri Sampath Chandra Swanji, Honorable Minister, Skill Development and Technical Education Industries. Today's guest of honor, Sri Sarada Prasad Satpathy, Convener, Dr. Ramanuj Narayan, Dr. Professor Amiyo Ranjan Rath, Professor Sanjay Patra, Professor Ashok Ganguly, Director ISER, Convener, and other guests, which is sitting in the stages and also out of the in the hall. I come from ISER, and ISER, you know that it is one of the top institutes, not only in this country, even in the world. And we have, as Professor Ganguly is talking about, the ISER Berhampur. Just imagine two top-notch institutes are there in Odisha. One is ISER Berhampur, and I'm talking of the academic institutes. And ISER is basically funded by Department of Atomic Energy. And you know, atomic energy, it started like 1945 by Homi Bhabha. And DAE has a special interest in Odisha. We have so many important institutes like IOP, many of you know. You have IREL, we have ISER Bhubaneswar. And in particular, let me tell you, recent times, there is a lot of interest in ISER Bhubaneswar because